Roblox games you've probably forgot about. Let's check this out. Let's go full screen mode. 3, 2, 1, boom.
What was the first game you played on Roblox? For some of you older players, it might be a game like Natural Disasters,
Yeah.
Prison Life, or Work at a Pizza Place. And
Yeah,
for some-
those three games are probably like, when you think of like old Roblox games, you probably think of like Work at the Pizza Place, Natural Disaster Survival, you know, those type of games.
For you newer players, it might be a game like Jailbreak, Piggy, or Billable.
Yeah.
Here are some Roblox games you might have forgot about and probably haven't played in a long time. So first,
All
let's
right.
start with an absolute classic that I mentioned before.
Yeah.
Natural Disaster Survival.
Yep.
Natural Disaster Survival was released December 4, 2011 as a round-based survival game with
2011?
6 disasters
What?
a bit under half of what it has today. The game was made by Stickmaster Luke, whose
Yeah.
avatar or name you've seen somewhere.
Yeah, I think he actually has a Roblox score. I think
when you started playing.
Roblox
Even
meta.
has a
Yeah,
Roblox
there it
phone
is,
meta
yeah.
thing, which I happen to own. Now, the interesting part about this game, especially considering its player count, is that it's actually never gotten regular updates.
Wait, what?
If you take a look at the update log on the wiki, you'll see that it's only gotten 13 updates.
Oh my god. Like, I just don't understand how this game is still popular. To this day, it's still popular, and it's only got like 13 updates. That's crazy.
In its 11 years of being on Roblox, the latest being 2 years ago in April of 2021.
What the
and the one
heck?
before that 5 years ago in June of 2018. For such an old game to still peak at 10,000 players with no new updates, it's
10,000
amazing to
players?
see. However, because of Stickmaster Luke not making anything new or at least fixing older things in the game like the vehicles, I don't see this game growing in
Yeah.
popularity, and it'll only grow with the amount of new players joining Roblox.
Yeah.
Now we have a big jump in player count, from many thousands to a couple hundred. Two
Oh.
games you may not even have heard about. Apocalypse Rising and Apocalypse
yeah.
Rising 2.
I haven't played these games, but I've heard of them. Yeah, I've heard of them.
Apocalypse Rising was released July 1st, 2012 as a survival game against
Wow.
zombies and other players created by Gus Minek and until 2015, SolarCath. It was one of
Nice.
the biggest games on Roblox, being the front page for years and winning Best Survival Game in 2013, even before it was called the Bloxies. If you were a competitive player, then this was
Wait, it was called Hall of Fame? Wait, go back. This was in 2013. It was called 2013 Hall of Fame. Wait, what? The first edition of the Blox Awards were held during the 2013 BloxCon event. I didn't know that. Anyway, let's continue.
If you were a competitive player, then this was one of the games you went to. However,
Yeah.
because of it being such an old game and very easy to hack with
Hackers,
Roblox's
yeah.
bad security, things were breaking all the time and hackers took
Well,
over the game.
Roblox has
This
an
ruined the game
anti-cheat,
for the
so
players
hopefully-
as well as the developer Gus Minek, to the point that he didn't want to work on the game anymore. Almost a year after this announcement, on August 4, 2017,
Apocalypse Rising 2
Alpha was released
Yep.
for 1,000 Robux.
Wait, what?
Have 1,000 Robux.
It has since
Yes,
been made free to
Flamingo
play
did.
and is being updated to this day, getting over 1,000 players every weekend. However, Apocalypse Rising 1 is nowhere as close, only peaking at 100 players every weekend, and is sadly
Yeah.
still swarmed by flying cars.
Yeah. Yeah, hackers are a big problem in Roblox. You know, they just kind of ruin everything. But hopefully now with the new anti-cheat, it's gonna get better. Anyways,
Next, we have a Tycoon game, which I think is
Tycoon
one
game.
of the best to this day. Lumber
All right.
Tycoon 2.
oh yeah, I never
Lumber
played that
Tycoon
actually.
2 started development in May of 2015 when the creator Defaulty got to be a part of Roblox's incubator program, where he got to work with Roblox
what?
to develop original games.
Wait, oh,
he
he was
decided
a-
to go back to one of his old games, Lumber Tycoon or Lumber Tycoon 1 from 2008, and
He was
thought
a
about what
Roblox
made it so
employee. I didn't know
successful.
that.
With this information, he made Lumber Tycoon 2, where the player chooses what to do next instead of the button upgrades, which every other Tycoon
Oh,
game
that's
has.
actually
With
kinda
something as
cool.
unique and well made as this, it was destined to do well. With the alpha released to the public in July of 2015,
Yeah, I have to check it out
was
sometimes.
simply named Test and only had a few players every day. But in August, when it was released to beta, it was finally named Lumber Tycoon 2 and it got its iconic icon, reaching
Yeah.
10,000 players in a matter of hours. The game still peaks
Wow.
at around 4,000 players every day, but with the further evolution of Tycoon games, there being easier options,
Yeah.
and simply no recent game update except for bug fixes, the player count has basically stayed the same for years.
Yeah.
Next, we have, to me, a very underrated game, Roblox Death Run.
Oh,
What is
wow,
that?
That was a real close one, sister.
I don't remember
I
this
don't
game. What the
know.
heck is
I
that?
don't know.
Death Run, or the game Death Run 3, was released in 2015 by a team of developers, but the most known one being Weasley. The
I
game was
actually
massive
don't
back
know
in
this one.
2015 and years after that, but sadly, even though Roblox's player count has gotten higher, Death Run's player count has only lowered. The only time the game got all out players was with the 2020 EggHunt and the 2021 Metaverse event. Not many updates happened after that until on October 17th of 2022, Weasley announced that Death Run will no longer be getting any more updates.
Huh.
It's sad to see Death Run go. I have a lot of good memories on it, and every time I hear any of the music in the game,
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially the main menu music, I get super nostalgic, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I remember that
Next,
game.
let's talk about a game that met a sad ending, getting shut down by Pikachu himself.
Oh,
Pokemon
Pokemon Brick Bronze.
Lumion Legacy. Pokemon Brick Bronze was released as a demo on the 24th
Yeah, I've
of
never
October
actually played
in
that.
2015
I've never
by a
played
couple
that.
of developers, but the most recognizable ones being Lando 64,000 and
Yeah.
Brad M. Back then, it was one of the biggest games on Roblox in the front page, getting a couple thousand concurrent players. The story, the gameplay, and the community all really good. However, sadly, it was shut down by Pokemon
Due
just
to
2.5
copyright.
years later after the beta release. Over a year passed until the game known as Lumion Legacy released.
Oh, yeah.
It had the same idea as Pokemon, gotta catch them all, but since it wasn't Pokemon you were catching and it was all disgusting art throw, it didn't feel the same. And now without recent updates, the game only averages around 1,000 players. I don't know how many players that couple thousand from 2018 would be in today's Roblox, but even a re-upload of Pokemon Brick Bronze is getting around the same amount of players as Lumion Legacy. So you can just imagine how big it would be with the proper advertising.
Yeah.
And also just a fun fact before going to the next game is that this game was one of the first videos on Russo's channel. You can actually find a stream of
that's
his
actually
with a sub
cool.
goal of 800 subscribers.
Wow.
Now let's talk about a game that people thought would replace a massive game in the same category.
Wait, what?
Mad City. Mad City, created by Swifty Studios, got to the front page in January of 2019, instantly being compared to Jailbreak, with one of the big differences being the addition
I
of
remember
superheroes.
this. Yes.
With the new superhero team as well
that
as
was
so
great.
many new things to do. For some, Mad City became the new #1 Roblox prison game. The fight between Jailbreak and Mad City lasted for a long time, at least with the fans, but still the Jailbreak developers Asimo and Bad CC or Badimo wouldn't just accept defeat, so they went from monthly to weekly updates to compete.
Yeah, honestly, I like Jailbreak more. I don't know, maybe it's just nostalgia or something, because Jailbreak is kind of what got me into Roblox in the first place, back in like 2017, but I kind of prefer Jailbreak. Mad City is very cool though, so I feel like Mad City, that's pretty neat.
This update schedule lasted for a couple months until it occasionally went to every 2 or 3 weeks and then back to monthly in September. Mad City got its ups and downs over the next 3 years, but the big thing which ruined the game for a lot of people happened on the 23rd of July.
Yeah, Chapter 2, right?
Chapter 2 came out. The live event they made for it was good.
This is crazy.
Yeah, it was very cool.
But what came after, people were not fans of. Usually a game after a massive anticipated
Yeah, that was a
update
drama
like this would get
going
more
on.
new players, but just a month after Chapter 2 came out, it had less players than before the update. Chapter 2 simply made the game too different from what it was in Chapter 1. And another example of this happening is for Piggy Book 1 and Piggy Book 2. This was before Chapter 2, but Jailbreak has now taken back the #1 spot for the Roblox prison game genre, at least player count wise. And unless Mad City somehow makes a massive comeback or a crazy good prison game comes out, then this is not changing.
Yeah.
Now we have a story game series.
Oh, camping.
Camping made by Samsung XVI, or just Samsung, was first getting big in April 2019.
2019, dude, that was 4 years ago.
And not only was it massive on YouTube, but it also had a massive impact on the Roblox story game genre as a whole. A bunch of new story games came out trying to get on the trend, like High School, Field Trip, and Tiki Island.
Yeah, Field
and
Trip,
also,
I
if you
remember
ever
that.
see story games joke about a food item being poisoned, that's because of camping.
It's fine until you find out one sandwich has been poisoned.
Every story game used this excuse to kill off a player.
Every camping story is the exact same.
Anyway, Samsung made 3 new games in 2019 to continue the story. Camping 2, Hotel, and Mansion. All of them being very successful. Samsung stopped making the camping games after Mansion in October 2019, and it wasn't until over a year later in December 2020 when they finally made a new story game called Armageddon, which was a pretty big fail. Currently, it only has 2.6 million visits. Then basically half a year later, on June 6, 2021, we got the final camping game, Camping 3. It was nice to see the camping story come to an end, and overall it was a good game, but it had been close to 2 years since the last camping related game, and not only had that taken away a lot of the hype, but Roblox had also evolved. In the story game genre, we had games like Break-In, which are higher quality but are also a lot more replayable. Since Camping 3, Samsung's made one new game called Most Academy, which came out in September 2022 last year.
I didn't know
the
that.
The game currently has the most concurrent players, but the like to dislike ratio doesn't look as good. But despite that, as well as the game only being out for around half a year, it's still gotten more visits than Camping 3. Samsung's recently started working on a new game unrelated to Camping or Most Academy, but he says that he might make a sequel to Most Academy at some point in the future. Now we're in 2020. We have a Piggy-inspired game which is still averaging a crazy amount of players.
Oh, which one is it?
Spider.
Which one? Oh,
Spider made by Roy Stanford got popular early June 2020, possibly because of Albert's video on it. The game is exactly like Piggy with the goal to escape,
I remember
but with
playing
the big
this
difference being
with
that
my
the
friends.
killer is the spider. And the fun part is that you can actually be your own avatar when playing as a spider. The game peaked in summer 2020 with tens of thousands of players, but with no new updates, it lost most of its players in just 2 months. The game only has one chapter, there's really no story to it, and the skins are really not worth grinding for, so it's
Yeah.
still getting 10,000 players. It's crazy. And
Wait, it's
without
getting-
a doubt, makes it the biggest Piggy-inspired game by far.
It's getting
but really
10,000
what we learned from
players
this is that
still?
Roy Stanford knows how to make a big game. He just
Yeah.
has to learn about how to update them.
Yeah.
Now we have a game with a very interesting story
Oh
development.
no, it's Creekcraft
Timmy made by
game.
Wonderworks and Creekcraft released in beta September 3rd,
Yeah,
2021, being another Piggy-inspired game. As
I
you can
remember
imagine,
this.
this was created because of Creekcraft's character Timmy being very popular at the
What's
time.
up, big
However, what
mamas?
was not popular was the game. The monster was faster than the player. There was an overwhelming amount of things in the
I
game
don't
at the
think it
very
was,
beginning
though.
with no explanation to what they do, like the level up Timmy. And this might just
Yeah.
be my opinion, but I think there were a bit too many Roblox purchases, at least for a Piggy-themed game.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chapter 2 came out on 19th of December 2021 and was the second and last update to the game, with Wonderworks half a year later announcing that Timmy is discontinued, so I
Yeah.
won't receive any more updates. And also, just by looking at Creekcraft's tweet the day Chapter 2 came out, the communication might have been bad, or at least could have been better.
I was like, wait, what? It updated? I had no idea it was gonna update today. I literally, y'all ain't gonna believe me. Nobody's gonna believe me, but I actually had no idea it was gonna update today.
I was never really a fan of the game, but it sucked to see a game with so much work put into it stop after 2 updates.
Yeah.
I did like the first chapter's map though, and the Krabby Patty mobile was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And now, as a surprise, we're going back to 2016 with the
Oh.
first Roblox game I ever played, which I can guarantee you've never heard of. So in the summer of 2016, I watched some DanTDM Roblox videos
Okay.
of games such as The Plaza, Roblox and Water Park, and other
Alright.
interesting games. But it wasn't until August 30th, 2016 when I watched this video on Roblox Pokemon Go when I finally decided
Okay.
to create my account on my dumpster laptop. As
Yeah.
you can imagine, it's a game where you catch Pokemons, from starters to really rare ones, just like in Pokemon Go. But unfortunately,
Let me
now
guess,
the game has been
copyright.
private because of Nintendo taking down just like Pokemon Brick Bronze.
Yep.
The game still managed to get 500,000 favorites, 145,000 likes, and 104 million visits.
That's
so
pretty
for
good.
its time, I'd say it was a success, but man, I want to revisit that game.
But yeah, that was a very cool video. Bullet Warning himself is a very cool YouTuber. I'll have the link to his channel down in the description. Go check him out, subscribe to him, get him to like 50,000 subscribers, alright? And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!